Hey guys, Rhonda Draculis here, RK3 Designs, and today we're gonna have an explosion of glitter. And it was inspired by my very dear friend, Erica, from Artist Till Death. You need to check out their YouTube channel and their website. The products that we're using today are both from her. And she kind of came up with this finish by accident. We had a class here and she was one of the guest speakers. So I am thrilled to be able to copy her finish and give her all of the credit. So we're gonna start off with Stone Coat Countertop regular countertop epoxy. And we're going to come in with this amazing product called Silver Halo. It's by Just Resin. And let me tell you something, it is sparkles on steroids, let me tell you. So we're gonna do that. And then we're gonna come back and do some accents with the Color Obsession. Also, Erica has that on her website. And it's just Snow White is the color. Okay, so I've already mixed up my Stone Coat Countertop with a lot of the Halo. Probably I used in 16 ounces, I probably used about 2 tablespoons of the Halo. And you can now see. Crazy, amazing, beautiful. All right, so we're gonna get that out on the board. Now you could also prep your sample board with a different background. I've prepped it here with the Stone Coat Countertop white epoxy undercoating. If you came in with a different color, you could give this finish a whole new look, or a whole different look, I should say. So I'm just gonna take it, rub it out on the surface. So if you like sparkles, this is definitely gonna be the finish for you. I could see this in a powder room. I could see this in maybe a little girl's bathroom or your kitchen if you really like sparkles. All right, I'm gonna get my edges down. Use my hand, get into those edges. All right, and we'll torch it out. So pretty. Okay, so now we're gonna add a little bit of the white, and we're gonna add it in a striated type of a pattern. All right, now I'm gonna come back with my heat gun, and I'm just gonna kind of spread that out. I'm just feathering it. I want a very, very soft type of a marble. So I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna add a little bit more white just so I can have a little bit more color on top and it not be so much just lines. All right, now I'm gonna take my hand and I'm just gonna kind of meld those colors together. Now I'm not mixing it, all right? I'm just very softly melding those colors, very softly. Kind of taking my fingers, kind of rubbing it so they meld just a little bit. If you want more of a marbly look, you could definitely kind of run your hand over and drag that color, that white, kind of drag it over the top of the halo material, but be very careful. You don't want to mask that halo. You really want that to be an element coming through on your design. And I'm going to soften out these lines just a little bit. I don't want to move my material so much that I'm causing ripples. I like the fact that I still have striations. And I like how the white in certain areas is very translucent, so you actually can look through your white and see your halo. I'm going to take half this board and I'm going to do something a little bit different. If you want a more striated, structured type of finish, you could definitely keep your striations, but I'm going to go to this end and I'm going to meld it just a little bit more. This is going to give you a little bit more of a marble look. So now I'm just going to take the heat gun, move and soften out the melded areas. And I love how the halo's just peekabooing through that white. It is stunning. That's really pretty. Remember, anytime you add heat to any kind of pattern, it's gonna really soften that pattern. So if you have the ability to tip and to tilt to get some movement, you could definitely do it on a piece like this. If you don't have the ability to do that, don't do it on your sample board. So I'm just gonna see if I like it. And I'm just gonna tilt it just a little bit. I don't wanna tilt it a lot. I wanna tilt it just enough to get some natural movement. Just to soften those vertical lines or those striated lines. All right. Very cool. I love this. Okay, now, because I always say it, you could stop right now and have a fabulous countertop. Whether you stopped here and had the strié effect, or if you had decided to go ahead and do the marble effect, either one of these are a standalone finish. Like, I'm loving this. Erica, you did awesome. But I'm gonna go ahead and add some little more bling, take it a little more over the top, and I'm gonna add some metallic veins. So I'm gonna start with your Rust-Oleum, and it is metallic silver. Now, it gets a little bit confusing because Rust-Oleum has several types of metallics. And this one is actually, it kind of dries a little fast and it almost mimics the aluminum by Rust-Oleum. So if you can't find the metallic silver, then you may want to just grab a can of aluminum. It works a lot alike. But I'm going to spray this on the table so you guys can kind of see what the look is before I put it into the finish. It's very metallic-y, almost kind of like a shimmer. So that's what we're going for. All right, so I'm going to get me a stick. And I'm going to kind of think about where I want these veins to go. I don't want the vein to be the first thing that you see. So I want it to be really subtle. So I'm just gonna add a little bit at first. We can always add more. Can never take it away. So on my striated side, I'm just gonna kind of come across here. And I'm really going across the grain adding these veins here. I'm gonna come here, I'm gonna run it up into there. All right, so that's really cool. I'm gonna add a little bit more. You can see I'm not adding any more to my stick. I'm just kind of letting that float on the top, which is a very huge characteristic of what a metallic will do. It will literally sit on top of your piece. I'm gonna come back, starting in a different direction so that I don't have all my color pooling up right here. I'm gonna come back in here. All right, that's really pretty. I think I'm gonna come, let's see. I'm gonna branch off here. Now, if you branch off and you don't like it, just come back in here and work your material, and you can actually get rid of that line, but I really like it right there. So you can add as many veins or as little veins as you want. Let's just say I really don't like this vein right here. All I have to do, work this back out. Boom. I've taken that vein out of there. Heat gun a little bit. Move my product. All right, I really like that. I think I'm gonna open this up just a hair more down here. So you can take that vein and you can open it up. You just don't want to do this too long after you put it down on your surface, because what'll happen, that metallic paint dries at a different rate, and it'll actually cause it to break off into little chunks. So if you're gonna heat the resin after you lay down your vein, don't wait too long to do that. Okay, that's a lot of fun right there. Now remember, when you put veins on top, a metallic vein, it's gonna stay on top. So it's gonna move a little different than anything that's underneath it. Okay, so let's add some vein to my marble area. Let's see. I think I'm just gonna kind of come very soft. I want this to be a little softer since it's a marble. In fact, I'm gonna stop right there. I don't want to add very much to this end of the board because I want it to be very soft in the marble. I'm really gonna open that vein up so that it's very, very faint. I'm not getting my gun too close. I'm really backing off and making sure I don't get my epoxy too hot. You really want to pay attention to how hot you're getting that surface. Okay, I really like that. All right, so I like this. I think we're just gonna call it a day. So very simple with a lot of bam to it, because the products themselves are creating such a cool finish, just being very, very bold and very, very sparkly. If you're looking for a really muted look, a more, maybe even for a kitchen, I think I would probably stick down with the marble look, because you have a little bit more of your white on top, but because it's so transparent and sitting on the top, you're able to look down and see pockets of the halo material. If you're wanting a really bold look, you could definitely go with the striated version because you can see big striation areas of your halo, and then your little veins just kind of add to the bling. So guys, I hope you like this video. Give me a thumbs up. If you do, leave me some comments. Would you have left veins? Would you do the striation, or would you do the marble? Also, subscribe to our channel and you'll be notified when we add material. We add content once a week. And remember, don't be scared, move forward, and be creative. But wait, there's more! No stop Draculas here. We're gonna go a step more because I can. So, I was thinking in my mind, once we cut the cameras, what would happen if I decided to spritz it with some alcohol? Well, I'm gonna show you guys. So, 99% alcohol. Now, the reason I have 99% isopropyl alcohol as opposed to 91% is because you can't find 91% alcohol right now in this crazy world. So, it's not gonna affect the finish. The 99 just evaporates a little bit more. And unfortunately, it costs a little bit more. So if you can't get the alcohol, don't worry, you don't have to do this next step. So let's see what happens. I've got it to where it's at a fine mist, not too big, and I'm just gonna hit it because I want to be able to take these veins and kind of fracture the veins. Then we can come in with a little bit bigger drops and strategically put those bigger drops in. I really like that. Just kind of gives it a really cool finish, a little fractured finish. So now leave me some comments and tell me, would you do this or would you have stopped a long time ago? For a list of products that I used in this finish, look in the descriptions and there'll be some links there for you.